You're live. Okay. This is number 208 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And then this morning, what I want to share is a Merry Christmas from the Quran. And this is a new translation by Thomas Cleary. It's basically the same with all the English translations of the Quran. And it's from chapter 3, verse 45. The angels said, O Mary, God gives you good news of a word from God, named the Messiah, Jesus, son of Mary, honored in the world and the hereafter, and one of the intimates of God. That's the birth of Jesus there in the Quran. So it's a Merry Christmas. Oh, I just touched the mic with my hands. It's a Merry Christmas from the Quran. And of course, Merry Christmas for the Christians. Merry Christmas for the world, really. It's a cultural thing in America. Even if you're not Christian, you give gifts on Christmas, usually. Not everyone. I'm a Muslim. I just say Muslim just to joke around. And we do Christmas. My wife was born and raised a Muslim, and she did Christmas. It's a cultural thing, but it's also a meaningful thing for Christians. So today we're going to support our Christian family. And what I mean by family, not that everyone's a Christian, even if you're an atheist. I know many atheists, and they give Christmas gifts on Christmas. And they go hang out with their Christian friends on Christmas. I mean family as in humanity. We're all on this road called humanity. So today, we're going to think about the oneness of the human family. Whether you're a Christian, a Muslim, a Jewish person that follows Judaism, a Buddhist, a Hindu, an atheist, whatever you are, Wicca, what else is there? There's a lot. But we're all individuals. We're all on this path called life. So today we're going to, like always, do sun salutations. And we'll continue to do sun salutations until I get a better camera. The camera I have right now only does this wide zoom, so I can't do other poses. I do have videos of other poses on my YouTube channel, so if you want to check that out. And full-length YouTube videos that are semi-professional. They're done in a professional way. Not by me, by somebody else that did the videos, spiced them up, and then typed in them and put them all together. But that was 10 years ago, man. That was 10 years ago. It's probably about 11 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And I'm doing the same stuff. I'm the same person that I was 10 years ago. Am I smarter? I know more things, but I'm not smarter. Probably was smarter back then. So we're going to focus on love within humanity. Loving your Christian friends, your Muslim friends, your Jewish friends, your atheist friends, your friends that go to the Center for Spiritual Living. That's the place I would like to go if I went somewhere on Sundays. I don't go, but that is the place I like. What are other friends? A whole bunch of friends. Friends that you don't even know who they are or what they are. You just see them, say at the gym, hey, how you doing? You just talk to them. That is what we're going to focus on today. That essence of being human that we all share, that oneness. And we're going to focus on that on Christmas Day today. Christmas Day. I remember Christmas when I was a kid, man. It was powerful stuff. Powerful. One, Santa Claus. I used to believe in Santa Claus. But as I got older, the powerful feeling that you have on Christmas as a Christian, and this sense of love in the air, even among people that weren't Christians. There's a sense of this calmness and love in the air. We're going to tap into that today. Calmness, peace, and love. Peace on earth. So, mountain pose. Toes go out. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed. No tension in the arms or the shoulders or the neck. And in the mountain pose, you're lengthening up. So lengthen up the skeleton. So pull yourself up. Think of a string on top of the head. You can't see I can see myself here, but I know you can't see my head. So you pull up. This is your head. Pull up. Lengthen up the skeleton. And then let the bones sit on top of each other as if you were just your skeleton. Finding that spot where the skeleton just stands by itself. And the skeleton can stand by itself, but you got to find that spot where all the bones line up. So even if it sways, because the skeleton would sway if it stands straight up, you go with the sway. That's where the stability is. In the sway, in the flexibility. It's not fighting against it. It's not in the mountain pose and you're holding it and you're trying to keep stable. Nope. Stability is in the wobble, in the sway. Then just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. I need to cut off this heater. Actually, kind of nippy out. Let's open the door. I talked the whole time the heater was going. Probably just in the video. That's all right. Palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Push the arms out, up and back. Inhale slowly. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. As you exhale, you hinge forward from the lower back. We're going to fall right into the ragdoll. Then with the ragdoll, the arms are dangling, the head is dangling. You're not pushing yourself down. You're just letting the body go where the body goes. It's a mindset. So you're accepting where you are. The mindset is acceptance. So when you get off the yoga mat, you're accepting yourself. You're accepting where you are. You have to know where you are. Be true. Be you. That's the thing in the back. Be true. Be you. Accept where you are. Once you accept where you are, you accept yourself, then you have a foundation to move from. So don't judge it. Just accept. Palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. All the air leaves. And again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. And then exhale. Exhale, all air goes out. Pull yourself in and down. And then again, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out, all the air leaves. And last one, arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down. Foreheads go to the knees, get all the air out. Once all the air leaves, then release. And then just breathe and focus on your breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, hop the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, head is going up. And then just breathe. Focusing on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. And then when you focus on the breathing, that heightens your awareness, lets you know what's being stretched, Let you know where your body is, and then you just accept. So even if you're up higher or you're like this because you have an issue with your back, so on and so on and so on, that's judgment. Don't focus on that stuff. You're focusing on the breathing. You're aware of those things, but you're not accepting them as yourself, as you. So when you get off the yoga mat and you're in the so-called real world, the mindset is those things that are your problems, you're aware of them, you handle them, you adjust, just like you're doing in the yoga pose, but you're not letting them become you. Very important. So all the mindset that we're learning on the yoga mat, all the physical benefits like coordination, stability, flexibility, all that stuff happens. If you do yoga, that stuff is going to happen. You're focusing on the mind too. Now we're going to go to a high lunge. With the high lunge, curl the toes into the back, knee goes up. Get the leg as straight as you can. We're going to stay here just a little bit longer than we usually do. So the leg as straight as you can get it. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. Lengthen up if it is. Back is straight or arched. My back is arched. I can see myself. And I can say, hey, it's not arched. But for me, it's arched. I accept it, and I just focus on the breathing. That's the main thing. Focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Now, you're going to keep the chest, the right side of the chest on the right quad. And then you're going to straighten both legs just for a second. We're not going to stay here. Back foot turns slightly. Get the leg as straight as you can. Face is going down towards the foot. Both legs are straight. We're just going to stay here for a second or so. And then back the high lunge. Sit on the high lunge for a second. And then downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really, really push into it. But, of course, you're only going to the spot right before you feel like, you know what? I can't go any further. Find that spot, settle, accept, and just focus on the breathing. Now, in this pose, your arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor, and you are pushing into the pose. But you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I can't go any further. Find that spot, settle, accept, and focus on the breathing. Let the head dangle. Now, wherever you are, push a little bit more. Only if you feel like you should. If you don't feel like you should, then don't. Don't listen to me. We're doing yoga together. I want you to listen to yourself. You're going to slide into the upper dog. Drop down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Tops of the feet are going to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. And the upward dog. And to modify it, you go down go down to the belly. Palms are touching the floor, but you're not using them. You're not pushing up, you're pulling up. You're using the back muscles, pulling up. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Feeling open, always feeling open. And then back to downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really push into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. They're into the floor, no tension in the neck. So let the head dangle. And wherever you are, if you feel like you should, then push into it a little bit more. If you feel like you shouldn't, then don't. What you're learning here is to listen to yourself. So I'm telling you to do something, but you talk it over with yourself. You decide if you should or not. And then you're going to go to low lunge. Keep on messing up. Left foot goes between the hands, with a low lunge, up the foot to the floor in the back, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward, diagonally, back is arched, head is up, and you're just focused on the breathing. thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. You're feeling opened. Open. So if you're down a little bit, feel open. That's where you are. Even mentally. Even physically, if you can feel like you can go into it, but mentally you don't want to, then don't. Your mind might be telling you something. So just go where you feel like going. But you're going to accept it. Acceptance is the key. And just focus on the breathing. Now you're going to go to high lunge, so curl the toes under the back, knee goes up, get the leg as straight as you can. Make sure the front knee is not over the toes. If it is, you're going to lengthen up some. Back is straight, maybe arched. My back is trying to arch. My leg is straight, as straight as I can get it. And we're just going to stay here just for a little bit, longer than we usually do. Getting that stability, finding that stability. Even if you're shaking a little bit, that stability is in that shake. You're not trying to get rid of the shake. The shake will disappear eventually. And then keep the left side of the chest on the quad, or as close as you can. Back foot turns a little bit. Getting both legs as straight as you can get them. It's not going to stay here long. Face is going down towards the foot. So you're elongating the back. And just focus on the breathing. And then you're going to release, high lunge, then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. And then release. You're just focusing on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. And again, inhale. One more sun salutation. And then exhale. Standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Once all the air leaves, then you release. And you just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. Feeling open. Remember the low lunge, so the foot to the floor, knees to the floor, hips are pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching, head is up. Doing the best you can. And just focusing on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Feeling opened. So let's say you're down a little bit. The body does not dictate whether you feel open. You are where you are, even if it's physical or mental. You are where you are. You accept. Once you accept, boom, you tap into openness. The body does not dictate whether you feel open. So you're in a closed situation off the yoga mat. Once you accept where you are, boom, you're open. Then you'll see ways out of it, new thinking. Or you'll reinterpret the situation that you're in and say, you know what? This situation ain't bad. This is awesome. All depends where you're at. All depends what situation. Then high lunge, leg goes up, knee off the floor. So here just for a second or so, we're not going to stay in it long. And then downward dog, pushing into it. Really, really push into it now. Just focus on the breathing. Thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. Arms are straight, legs are straight, tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. No tension in the neck, so the head is dangling. Wherever you are, push a little bit more. And then you're going to go to hands and knees, down to the elbows, palms together. And it's the dolphins. The same thing almost as the downward dog. Same concept, pushing up and back. Then this one, you're pushing up and back. Palms are pushed. Push them, push them, push them. And then shoulder blades space out to the sides. Head still dangling. If it's too much, bring yourself out of it. Push the palms together a little bit more. Space out the shoulder blades. Relax the back. Focus on the breathing. Push a little bit more. And then release. Back to hands and knees. Then downward dog. And then you're going to slide into the upward dog. Jump down to the knees and the chest. You slide up. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Palms are to the floor, of course. You're feeling open. Modify the pose how you have to. And then back to downward dog. Really push into it now. Last downward dog. So you push into it. Get to the spot right before you feel like, man, I should go any further. Find that spot, settle, accept, focus on the breathing. Then left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. The low lunge, top of the foot to the floor in the back, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arched, head is up. Don't judge yourself. Get rid of judgment. Get rid of trying to be somewhere. Those are all barriers between the mind and the body. Once those barriers leave, the mind and body can become one. And then you're doing yoga. Got to get rid of judgment. Got to get rid of trying to be somewhere. Got to get rid of, hey, I'm not doing the pose that good. Or, hey, I'm doing the pose great. All that stuff is judgment. Get rid of it. Become one. And curl the toes under the back, knee goes up. You're just going to stay here for a second or so. And then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Foreheads to the knees. So I get lazy. I get lazy myself. I get into the pose. I can go into them deeper. But when I'm teaching, I don't try to go into them as deep as I could. Just focus on the breathing. Palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then turn the palms out, push your down and out, and exhale. And then the mountain pose. Now remember, in mountain pose, feet are shoulder width apart, toes go up. Spread the toes as wide as you can. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted, arms are relaxed. Again, you're finding that spot where the skeleton is just standing. So lengthen up and then let the bones sit on top of each other. And just focus on the breathing. Hear the dog? He's late. He usually barks at 5:44 or 5:45. Now we're going to do the tree. Modify the tree how you have to. So you're going to bring the left foot up. So the bottom of the foot goes inside of the right leg. Left knee goes back, shoulders are square, arms are up. Now, if you need to modify this, you bring the toes down, touching the floor, and then you try. Up, then you're wobbling, bring it back down. Up, wobbling, bring it back down. Or you touch the wall. Whatever you want to do. Do the best you can. Arms, palms together. Whoa, see, I almost fell. So, I almost fell because I thought about telling you about the hands. So lock the fingers together. Middle fingers point straight out. Left thumb is over the right. Thumbs to the heart center. Arms go up. Inhale. Whoa, I ain't got my balance today. So I'm losing it. And just focus on the breathing. See, I almost fell. And make sure the left knee is back, shoulders are square. Focus on the breathing. And then go ahead and release. Terrible demonstration. No, it's not actually, because that's part of yoga. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't. My mind started thinking. I thought about the dog. Christmas at 6 a.m. In 5 minutes or so, my kids are going to open the gifts. All that stuff is going through my head. So the lesson there is I'm here regardless. I shouldn't be there. I should be right here, emptying the mind. But when my mind goes over here, wobbly. Same with everyone. So right foot goes up. Modify the pose how you have to. Right knee goes back, shoulders are square. Lock the fingers. Can't think. See? Thought of how I can't think. Middle fingers pointing. And inhale. And then just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Right knee's back. And just focus on the breathing. So I don't have it today. Right? Is that judgment? Yeah, that's judgment. Then go ahead and release. Don't have it today. Then I got to accept that I don't have it today. And then shake it out. That's all right. Because when you don't have it and you wobble, for me, for example, I can usually hold that pose. But when I'm wobbling, that's telling me that my mind is somewhere else. It's a sign. It's a check. Boom. Hey, my mind's somewhere else. And I got to bring my mind back. So back to mountain pose. Toes go up, spread the toes. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. So when you're off the yoga mat, you have the same mindset. Stay in the present moment. Handle the things that are in front of you. It's happening at the moment. Of course, you think of the future, because you have a future. You think of the future, but you don't worry about the future. You don't harp on the future. You handle things in front of you, and the future will unfold. And then you have a past. You don't not think of the past. The past is going to be there. Okay, it's just the way it is. We're human. We think of the past, but you don't let the past become you. You don't let the future that hasn't happened become you. You are you. Capital S, the self. Capital S, self. And just focus on the breathing. Now, we're in the mountain pose, and you're just going to watch yourself breathe. So when you inhale, the belly swells with air slightly. Become aware of that. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in, and you're aware of that. Your focus is on that. Or you bring the focus to the tip of the nose and watch the air go in and out. Now you're already breathing automatically. So you're not controlling it. You're just watching it. And then what will happen, most likely, you'll think of other things. And then when you realize, hey, I'm not thinking about my breathing. Just let go of whatever you're thinking of and bring your focus back to the breathing. Now, right here, right now, for me, I feel very stable. Feet feel stable. I feel one with the ground. My body feels stable. Almost motionless. I just feel stable. And I usually don't feel that, especially when I'm teaching. I feel it right now, and I think it comes from accepting that I was falling in the tree. For real. I just accepted it. Then the next pose was the mountain pose. And now I feel stable because I'm accepting, not judging. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So just watch yourself breathe. Do not control it. You're already breathing. Put your palms together. That's it. That's it. So that's number 208. I'm telling you, right now, I feel firm. My feet are planted in the ground. I'm one with I was going to say the earth, but this is concrete. I'm on a slab of concrete because I'm in my garage. And I got to break it. So it's Christmas. I'll go open the gifts, go wake up my kids. I got 4 kids. I got to go wake them up. Tell them Santa Claus, hey, Santa Claus came. They don't believe in Santa Claus anymore, but I still say the same thing I've been saying for the last 25 years. My oldest is 25 years old. That's how old I am. Anyways, I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So, namaste, peace and love.